Hi, it's me, Ingrid INFP, and I'm at work. Um, but I want to talk about hoarding and hoarding stuff and keeping stuff and being messy because that's been a problem my whole life. Both my parents are hoarders, so I grew up in a really messy house, like you would see on TV, with like piles of stuff that blocks windows and doors and stuff. So it was really extreme. But you kind of learn to live with it and keep it a secret. So I knew it wasn't normal, but I couldn't invite friends over to my house because it was so messy. I've never been to a house that messy. So when people say, "Oh, my house is messy," it's like nothing phases me. I've seen how it can be. So I have very organized friends who have very minimalist furnishings and houses. So yeah, I've been cleaning, putting my desk in order and stuff. I still have a bunch of shit on my desk, but it's so some patients get a little bit intimidated, even though it's like nowhere near the mess that I have at home. Yeah, and I just wanted to say that we need to have compassion for people who have hoarding problems. Even though I'm working on it every day to not become like my parents who are hoarders, it's still a tendency that I have. I like all the things I have sentimental value, and also I don't want to throw away stuff, so I keep accumulating stuff. My parents have like 25 years worth of accumulating, and they rarely throw things out. So I don't know how we can fix this problem at my parents' house. I don't think that we ever will until my parents die. Basically, you would need a moving company to like come into the house and take away all this stuff without sorting through it. You would need to like just take everything away. And I think that that's kind of traumatic to go through that. So my parents will never do that, and they won't seek help for it, even though it is a psychiatric diagnosis in the DSM, which is under OCD, because it's kind of like these thoughts that you need to do certain things in order to appease these thoughts, which are kind of like thoughts of that you don't want to lose everything. So in order to not lose anything, you accumulate stuff. So to them, it's like it's become normal. It was normal to me too. It just, well, we knew it wasn't normal, but it was how we lived our life. So I'm very messy nowadays, but since I don't have a lot of stuff accumulated, it's fine. The only thing is that my best friend talked about, like, was kind of joking about how once I get like the doctor's great salary, I would accumulate a ton of stuff in my house. And yeah, that's kind of what I would do, and I'm a little bit worried about that. So yeah, it's not easy. But yeah, I do think that we need to have compassion, because it is kind of, it's not like people who are messy have bad morals. I think we can't really help it if we are messy. People who are organized don't see the struggles of people who are messy. They think that we're just lazy, when in fact our brains are kind of built differently, and we have fears and stuff that make it difficult to take care of our stuff. And also we do things in a different manner. A lot of people who are messy have ADHD, and therefore can't focus on cleaning the things in the right order at the right time. So there's that. Then there are people who have sensory issues and don't like to have things. Well, either they want things too clean, like a typical OCD person, or they like things too messy. So there's that, and then there's also the fact that my parents have been renting a house for more than 20 years, and if they had a bigger house, then they'd be able to store all of the stuff that they have. Unfortunately, we live in a smaller place, so it looks more messy because there's less space. I'm not trying to excuse my parents or anything, but I do feel sad for them sometimes, because it's tough living in that house. I go there twice a year and live there, but it's not a really good livable space. I haven't had any problems with that myself, but in my house it's because I have way less stuff. And I love keeping sentimental value things because they mean so much to me. They're kind of a part of me. But I've learned with time to let go of things because my identity is stored inside me and not in outside stuff. So yeah, every time I go back home, I look through all of these like treasures and I kind of reminisce and I feel very good about it. But then I realize you can only do that a certain amount of time in your life. And so just storing stuff for the sake of storing stuff is not good. And you need to organize periodically, regularly, and not let stuff accumulate so that they're impossible to. It's literally a mountain that you have to surmount. As opposed to like if you're cleaning something every day, then it won't become a mountain. So yeah, this is kind of a personal topic, so I had to re-record this video at work. But I think it's important that people who are organized have some thought for people who are messy, and don't think that it's just a moral failing. My parents, I think my mom is like an ENFP or something, and my dad is an ISTJ. Very different types, and yet they hoard for very different reasons. But since both of them are together, it led to a bad combination. Basically, my dad just keeps the stuff forever, and he doesn't want to throw things out. And my mom just buys all of this stuff because she thinks that she will organize the stuff by buying like shelves and stuff, but it just ends up being a shelf on the pile. So it's not working very well. Now both of my parents have back problems and have a hard time sorting through the stuff. So it's kind of sad. But yeah, I know that this won't be relatable to a lot of people because there are not that many people who are hoarders, or at least that don't show themselves. But I do think that INFPs can relate to messiness, and that we can't really help it, but we try every day, to organize a little bit of our space. And yeah, tell me what you guys think. Are you messy? Do you know any hoarders? Please don't give me any advice about this because you haven't seen the house, basically. If you saw the house, I think that you'd be a little bit intimidated by it. So yeah, have a great day.